Welcome to the last of the Poland video series. We, slightly different than the rest, we're starting the evening before our big day in the main city because I really want to show you this Airbnb. We are in Gdańsk, I think that's how you say it, which is in the total north of the country. So we basically did a big circle around the south and now we're all the way up in the north, basically on the coast. And we've checked into this really cute Airbnb for 2 nights, and I just want to give you a little tour, and then we're going to head into Gdańsk this evening. So this is our room. It's a room in an apartment, but it's just so cute, and we've got it's all green and gold, and look how cute they've designed it. There's little candles. This is the most beautiful Airbnb we've stayed in the whole of Poland, and there's little, we've got teacups. Look how cute these teacups are. They're so big. And then we have the bed set that matches the table set here, and it's just so nicely designed and clean. I think for our last Airbnb in Poland, like I said, we're gonna go into Gdańsk now. The only thing they don't have at this place is Wi-Fi, so we are gonna go find an internet cafe because we need internet. So that's what we're gonna do next. Welcome to Gdańsk. It is our last day in Poland, and we have not had a good morning. If you watched my first vlog from Poland where everything went wrong, it seems that was the theme of this whole trip. Every day has been a real challenge. It's a beautiful country. We've enjoyed the cities, but it's been really, really hard. The whole trip has been tough, and it was just the icing on the cake this morning when my hard drive decided to corrupt all my video files from the whole trip. So unfortunately, that's why there's no Auschwitz vlog. Obviously this vlog is a few days after that. This is number 6 in the series. But if you go back, you'll see it skips from Krakow to Zakopane and the hiking because, yeah, all my video files are completely corrupt. So it's the trip's been difficult and then the footage of the trip is gone. So there's something about this trip that's cursed. Anyway, it's our last day in Poland. We're in Gdańsk for the day. So let's do our best to see if we can finish this trip on a somewhat positive note.
It's quite loud. Sorry, there's a big main road, but we're standing outside the entrance gate to the old city of Gdańsk. It's no longer in use today, it's symbolic. However, this was the original. We're standing on where the drawbridge would have been, and then the moat would have been underneath us to enter into the city of Gdańsk. I just want to point out the 3 shields. So the shield up there is the symbol of Prussia, the one in the middle is the symbol of Poland, and the one on the end is the symbol of Gdańsk. So this is the second gate now behind us. They would have entered through the first gate here and then gone through to the second gate. This is where the actual administration of the city happened as well. Once the actual the gate was no longer in use, and they felt that 3 gates was a little excessive, they turned this into a jail. So there's actually cells were added to the space as well as a courthouse.
So as we enter into here, this is actually, this was the gate, and now as you can see it looks more like how it was with the jail. So all the cells are alongside here, or where they would have hung the prisoner, or they would have stood by with their wrists in there. And actually it was considered a luxury to be kept out in the courtyard because the cells, they were dark, they were cold, they were filthy, they were damp. So the prisoners actually wanted to be kept outside because then they would have some sunshine, some fresh air. So they actually enjoyed being kept outside their cells. Interesting fact.
As we walk out now of the second gate, it's the third gate at the end, which is purely a symbolic gate. It was never used as a military defense. It's that gate back there. And that one's actually called the Golden Gate. It isn't golden itself, but it has golden writing on it, and is a symbol of fame, prosperity, peace, justice, love, and wealth. Gdańsk is actually the wealthiest city in Poland. It was at the peak of its trade. So this gate symbolized that when you walked through the city and entered through these gates, those were the kinds of things that were waiting for you.
We're just walking down what's called Beer Street, and this is where all the breweries from the 1600s are, and we're walking to the biggest brick cathedral in the entire world. Not the biggest cathedral, but the biggest cathedral built of brick, and you can imagine that in the 1600s, building a cathedral of brick would have been an immense amount of work. So that's where we're heading next. You can hear the bells chiming in the distance.
So we are just sitting down for a very late lunch. We didn't have breakfast today because of, the morning. So we're having a late lunch and we're just processing our tour. So it was supposed to be 2.5 hours. It was actually like 3 hours and a quarter because we had so much to say. And basically we learned that Gdańsk is a super important city to Poland. It's been taken over many times. There was a huge German population at one point, the Swedes, the Scots, the Brits. It's been our food is coming. It's just come, and we have a massive spread of 100% vegan food in the heart of Gdańsk because apparently Poland is an amazing vegan food scene. So anyway, we learned that Gdańsk is a super strategic important city because it's a harbor city, of course. But it was actually also the start of where the World War II broke out because it was a 90% German city, a part of Poland, and there was a huge sort of fight between which country does the city belong to. And today actually happens to be the first day of the annual St. Dominic's Fair, which is a big market, antiques, crafts, homemade things, food, jewelry, and this is the first day, and it's been running every single year for 761 years. So we are here on the perfect weekend, and now we're gonna have some lunch.
It's time to go home. We are heading back today to Brussels. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and we're gonna head to the Gdańsk train station this morning, and then we're gonna take 16 hours worth of trains back to Brussels. So let's have this day.
You're not gonna believe this, but the train got cancelled between Cologne and Brussels because of the floods that are still impacting. If you watched my first video, same reason, which we probably should have learned and just booked a round trip flight from Berlin, but we didn't. So now we're stuck in Cologne for the night, but thankfully, no, Mom, this way. Which one? This side of the street. Thankfully, the very nice people at Deutsche Bahn are putting us up in a hotel in Cologne for the night, and we're taking a 7 a.m. train tomorrow morning, getting to Brussels for 9 a.m. and then I'm gonna go straight to work after my 10 days of holiday. So it's gonna be an interesting, I just wanna take a shower and go to bed. It's already like 11 p.m. and we've been on the train since Gdańsk this morning at 9 a.m. So we've been on trains for the last 14 hours and now we're in Cologne for the night. So in a total change of plans, we made it from Gdańsk to Berlin
totally smooth, the train was fine. From Berlin to Cologne, we already had problems because they canceled the train and they again didn't tell us. So we took a different train that took us via Ham and then to Cologne. So we still made it to Cologne, but then we made it to Cologne an hour later than we were supposed to make it. So then we missed the train that we were supposed to take from Cologne to Brussels, and there were no more trains tonight. So the very kind people at Deutsche Bahn have put us up in a hotel, which was totally not the plan, and now we're spending Sunday night not in Brussels but in a hotel in the middle of Cologne, and we're gonna wake up tomorrow. Breakfast is at 6:30. We're gonna get on the train at 7:45. We're gonna get back to Brussels, and I will be sitting at my desk going back to work by 10 a.m. tomorrow. So in case you didn't see my first video, go watch the first video where everything did not go to plan. I think that is the theme of this trip. And now we're gonna sleep in a hotel. Hey, it's better than sleeping in the Berlin train station, which is where we slept on the way in. So I will take a hotel any day. Good night. Oh, it's actually really comfy. Of the hotel, we tried our best to make it vegan, so we just have some fruit, and they've got me some special oat milk. Look at that. And Mum has bread and cheese.
Hey, it's 6 whatever in the morning.
So we just got home. Well, like an hour ago. Today was surprisingly smooth. This morning was probably like the easiest part of the whole trip. We just got on the train in Cologne and got to Brussels, and it was really straightforward, and the sun was shining. So if it had only been like that the whole time, but unfortunately we came home and then our bathroom flooded. So it's just something the universe is trying to teach me a lesson. But anyway, we're back from Poland. We are in Brussels, and I wanted to show you, because we didn't actually film this at the market in Gdańsk at St. Dominic's Fair. I bought a handmade Polish kettle, and it came in this little bag, which I'm gonna save for my scrapbook. But I thought it would be a really nice memory to have something from the big fair that we went to, which is obviously a huge deal in Gdańsk, and something handmade from Poland. So cute! This is my little Polish teapot, and I thought they had lots of different patterns, but I thought this was the most traditional but also the most beautiful one, and it's perfect for 2 cups of tea. And on the bottom it actually says, if I do it carefully, it says handmade in Poland. So we got this at the oldest fair in Poland. It's been running since 1260. That's over 760 years. Every year in Gdańsk, and now I own a little cow from there. And that is the end of our Poland series, and hopefully every trip from here on out is smoother. Beautiful country, shit trip. I'm gonna go have a cup of tea now.